Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new video of a brand new series where we discuss linear algebra. And we're going to start by discussing systems of linear equations. And in this video, we're gonna have some kind of overview of what a linear equation is and what is the solution. What does the solution of a linear equation means actually? And we're gonna see some graphs on how we present linear equations on graphs. So let's kick in. If we have here the first equation, y equals 0x plus 3. And why did I write 0x? This is because I want you to know that every equation is actually in the same form, even it was written like that. It can be written like y equals 3, right? It is also a linear equation, okay? Just assume that x is multiplied by 0, so it doesn't exist, but actually it exists, but it's multiplied by 0, so it cancels. And now we're gonna see how to grab this to see how to know what does it actually mean to be a solution for an equation. Okay, if we want to graph uh, this equation, okay, we're gonna make it really simple here. We just want to know what does it mean to be a solution of a linear equation. Okay, zero multiplied by x is zero actually, so the final equation will be y equals 3, and it will be presented on a graph by a linear line parallel to the x-axis, okay, and this value is going to be 3, okay, the value of the y here is gonna be 3, and actually this value of x and this value of y represent a solution for the equation. Why? Because if I put x equals 0 here and y equals 3, we're gonna have 0 and 3, and actually lies on the line, which is actually what is a solution for an equation is. Okay, so this value is 0 and 3, and this is the solution for this equation, right? And every every point that lies on this line satisfies uh, this equation and presents a solution for the equation. If we took x equals whatever it is, let's say 5, and is 3 actually. If we substitute x by 5, the value we choosing first, and y is actually 3, this will satisfy the equation. Okay, well, y is going to be 3, sorry, y is going to be 3, and x is going to be 5, so 3 equals 0 multiplied by 5, which is 0 plus 3, and it comes out that 3 equals 3, which is valid. If we are able to choose any value of x, it will satisfy the same equation. So we have known that any point that lies on this line satisfies the equation, which means it is actually a solution of this equation. The same thing goes here. If we go graph, this means 0 multiplied by y equals x minus 2, the x equals 2. This is the final form of the equation, and it is actually presented by a vertical line parallel to the y-axis. And same way goes here. If we choose these two, if we choose any point on y, okay, and x is still actually here, okay, that makes it lie on the line, okay, it will satisfy this equation, which means it is a solution of this equation, okay. And so now we have learned the uh, the basics of the equation and what does it mean to be a solution of the equation. We can see here two equations. Well, a system linear equation most of the time contains two or more or more equations of two or more variables. Like here we have x. Let's see here. Let's see this example here. We have x plus y equals 3 and x minus y equals minus 1. I am not graphic, okay? I write like a simple graph that does not represent the equation, but I want you to understand the idea of linear equations. Well, this is actually a linear equation, right? So it is actually presented by the line y plus x plus y equals 3. You can print it like whatever it is, can be like so. Okay, and x minus y equals minus 1. Let's take it here, for example. It's not here actually, and it's not the real graph of this equation, but I want you to just to know that they intersect at some point. Okay, and we can guess here what are the points, what are the points where they intersect. If we suppose here, if we assume that x equals 1 and y equals 2, well, it will satisfy the first equation, right? Where 1, 2 is a point that lies on this uh, on the line of this equation, right? And if we apply the same thing on the second equation, okay, we see that it satisfies here as well. So we have the same point, and the same point applies to both equations, which means this is a solution for the first equation, and it is actually a solution for the second equation as well, which means this point lies on both lines, so they intersect. Well, we can say this is the solution. This point is the solution of these two equations or the system of the equations. Okay, so there's only one point that satisfies this equation, right? Let's see here this example, which x plus y equals 3, 2x plus 2y equals 6. And actually, if we draw these lines, let's see, and just we will learn how to draw that correctly, but in another video. But we just want to know, we want to learn the idea of linear equations here. So they're gonna be like two lines lying on each other. Sorry for my bad drawing. Anyway, they're identical. Okay, why is that? Because the second equation is just the first equation multiplied by a factor. If we divide here, every part of the equation by 2, we come out to the x plus y equals to 3, which is actually the first equation. And the solution here is every point that lies on this equation. Okay, so in this case, we have two lines and they are identical to each other, and every point that lies on the first equation, it also lies on the second equation line. And there is another case. Okay, let's draw the graph here. If we look, if we took a look at this equation, we find that the first equation says x plus y equals 3, and the second one, x plus y equals 1. And if you think of it a little bit, you wouldn't find any two numbers that uh, the addition of them equals 3 and 1 at the same time, which means they may look like this. Two parallel lines with no intersection point. And system, this system of linear equations has no solution. Okay, and these are most of the cases you will face in the linear equations, in the linear systems actually, and we can find much harder problems that we're gonna solve in the next videos, but I just wanted you to know the basics or the idea of the solution of a linear equation or a system of linear equations. Okay. There's multiple methods to solve these equations. We cannot solve them just by looking because we're going to have much harder problems than these. But there are multiple methods like cover method, elimination method, or graphing these equations and getting the intersection point graphically, and we can use matrices as well, gonna be discussed later. But these are the main points we're gonna cover in the coming lesson. So now we have known the difference between different linear equations and what is the system of linear equation actually. I think that's enough for this video, and soon enough we're gonna learn more about linear equations and solve more problems, know the methods we use to solve linear equations. Thank you for watching. Consider liking and subscribing, and goodbye.